Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Okay, so Zeke Elliott is boarding a flight from Cabo back to Dallas, likely for a deal signing. What's being reported by The Fan is that Zeke Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys have agreed to a deal in principle, and a press conference will be tomorrow. So, Philly, don't you lose my number. Good news for you and your fantasy football team. Zeke Elliott will be playing 16 games this season. That's right, Zeke Elliott will be in the fold. Now, here's what's crazy, because what's been reported is that it's going to be a 6-year, $90 million contract. What we got to look at is exactly how it breaks down, because it could be the 2 years that he has right now, which is this year at 3.8 and next year's $9 million, and then 6 more years put onto it. And that way the total compensation is $9 million over 7 years. And if that is the case, then 7 into 90, that's about, 11, $12 million, a year. 11, 12, somewhere there a year. And how much is guaranteed? Now, the thing to understand is players never get to the end of these contracts. They don't. It's really the guaranteed money that matters. It's the guaranteed money that you will definitely get. And if you end up outplaying the contract, well, then they end up redoing it and it gets to be bigger. It's interesting because, and I'll go into this later on in another video, but people keep talking about how the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones especially, that's another piece of the pie that's gone. Well, let's see how this all works out, because the way I see it is the Cowboys basically are making these deals, and you saw the Lyle Collins, and I guarantee you, I haven't seen the exact breakdown, but I bet you his $9 million hit, I bet you goes down to about $4 million. And so they created about $5 million, I'm guessing, of cap room. That's basically what happened with Zach Martin last year. And the same thing could happen if they get Amari Cooper's deal done, who's about $14 million this year, and they end up basically kicking that stuff down the road when, one, they expect the cap to go up, two, that they have a lot more room to work with next year. And the same thing with Dak. So what you may see is a whole, this is the first domino to fall, then you see Dak, you see Amari's, and then they still have money to make other moves if they need to. And this is where, like I said, I'll save this for later, but this is where the Dallas Cowboys are actually ahead of the curve. And a lot of people are looking at them and saying, man, they're just spending money like crazy. But see, like I said, I'll talk about it later on. But we're believing that there's a deal in place for Zeke Elliott, that he's agreed in principle along with the Dallas Cowboys. Roughly, we're hearing 6 years, $90 million. Don't kill the messenger. I'm like everybody else, going by the information that's being reported out there. What I had heard yesterday was he was looking for $17 million a year type of a deal. And it still could be that $17 million a year, depending on how you look at it. Because we'll hear $90 million, 6 years, you divide that, that's the $17 million. But in all rationale, it still really ends up being 8 years deal for $90 million. I don't know, somewhere in there. We'll get the details when it's all done. But this may be just the boost to get this season started off, because I can guarantee you that everybody in that locker room will be enthusiastic to find out that Zeke signed, that their boy is back together. And when you think about this team that has actually been pretty lucky through preseason, staying relatively healthy, getting Zach Martin, getting Tyron Smith back, getting Amari Cooper practice yesterday without any pain, having your quarterback upright, now getting Zeke Elliott, who's got no miles on him on top of it, and then adding a Tony Pollard, getting D-Law back after having the shoulder surgery, after getting Tyrone Crawford back, after the shoulder surgery, getting Byron Jones. These guys are pretty healthy going into the season and pretty whole. Now let's see if we can play those games on the field. I can't wait to get to Dallas this weekend. It's going to be off. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, we're keeping you up to date with all that is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, let me get back to work. I'll see you guys soon.